Hey guys, it's Claire, and I'm here with my best friends.
Peyton.
I'm Ashley.
And we are what we call ourselves the Holy Trinity.
Holy Trinity TM.
And TM. TM is very important. And it is currently 2 days after the presidential election. And if you know anything about me, I'm sure you are aware of the fact that I am very upset with these results, and I'm very upset with my fellow white America. And so are these two ladies.
Yes.
So we're just kind of here to talk about what do we do now. So what were your guys' first reactions when you heard about what happened?
I cried.
I cried as
It was
well.
3 a.m. and I started crying.
It was really bad. I kind of had an idea that he was gonna win,
I didn't. I really thought Hillary was
at
gonna win.
11. Well, at 11 or 12 that night, I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I remember I was hanging out with Ashley and another one of our friends, and we were keeping updated right as it was happening, and he had just won. He was in the lead in Florida, I think, at the time, and I came home and I immediately began sobbing, and my mom made me go take a hot shower to calm down. And then me and her sat on the couch and watched the results, and I fell asleep on the couch, so she made me go to my bed, and then I didn't find out until 5:30 the next morning, and then I cried so hard I threw up. So
The carpet.
yep, we don't have carpet in my
It's
house.
hardwood floor.
Oh, by the
It's
way,
my mom's carpet.
no, in my mom's
What were
room.
you saying?
By the way, if the scenery is different, it's because we're in my living room. Because this is my fish Sheldon. He has been alive for 6 years and he won't die.
He's never gonna die.
So, in the wake of the tragedy, I'm literally referring to it as a tragedy because that's exactly what it is. I just felt really helpless. I felt really hopeless, because, we obviously couldn't vote because we're all under 18. So I felt like my voice didn't matter even when I really, really wanted it to.
Yeah.
So, in the wake of all that, I honestly think I went through the stages of grief.
Oh, yeah,
definitely.
I'm still going through them.
Definitely.
School was really rough, too.
School was
going back
really
to
bad.
school.
Yeah, I did not.
Shirts.
Yeah.
I did not want to go back to school, but I had 3 tests that day, and I had to, and my mom was just you have to go back.
Yeah.
You can't let them think that you are letting this defeat you. And that's at the same time, you need to be able to feel as though you can have these feelings,
Right,
they're valid, but you have to use those feelings of anger and sadness and helplessness and turn them into something positive. You have to use it as a fuel to your flame to keep going. And Ashley was talking about earlier how she feels as though, how would you say, you were talking about all the old people, all the historical figures
Oh,
of
yeah. So many people who had fought for our rights, over the past 50 years. It just kind of feels like we almost betrayed them. It's they worked so hard to get these people rights to vote and so many other things, and it almost feels like we betrayed them as
their
electing.
work got erased.
Exactly. It's because we elected somebody who's so awful and totally demeans all the work, all the hard work that they did.
Yeah, and but at the same time, it just makes us want to work harder.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Especially since when you looked at the map of the millennial votes, millennials overwhelmingly, I think it was only 23%,
Yeah,
maybe or 23 votes or whatever went for Trump, and everything else would have gone for Hillary if it was millennial votes.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. So and all the protests that are happening now are honestly just so inspiring. Because I guarantee you a bunch of them are people that are under 18.
Yeah.
Definitely. Obviously not all of them, but a good majority of them. Just to see people using their voices when they couldn't use it in the election to make sure that people know that this is not what they want.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're doing. We are making this zine. Is it zine or zine?
I think it's zine.
I think it's zine
short for
too.
magazine.
Yeah, I think it's zine too. So we're making this, if we can, it's backwards, but I don't really know if this is the title, but we just found it in our group, our thing of collage stuff.
I think it should be a title.
I think it should be too. But if you could see my living room right now, there's shit everywhere. Paper scraps. It's a mess. But basically me and the ladies are putting, and our friend, he's a boy paint, because we have girl paint and boy paint. We're all coming together to create this and hand out at school to kind of show people we're not done, this is not the end. it's gonna mostly be for people that are like-minded or agree with us.
Yes.
But at the same time, I mean, considering the fact that we are teenagers, it's definitely going to spread to
Yeah,
people that don't
people
agree
that
with
don't
us.
agree.
So we'll
And-
probably get hate for it.
Yeah, but like we got nothing to lose.
Yeah, honestly, like,
So,
oh well. But we're all gonna write like personal essays. We're gonna write
playlists.
yeah, informational pieces. Like, I'm doing an open letter to the white people that voted for Donald Trump. So yeah, we're just really excited for it.
Yes.
And I just kind of wanted to make this video, A, to introduce you to them, but B, also because it's just, I don't know, I just really wanted everyone to see that millennials like aren't backing down, especially young women. Like,
Yep.
we wanted Hillary to win so bad, we wanted that to happen for us, but it didn't. But somewhere out there is the first woman president, and we're here to make sure.
Obama 2020.
Retweet. We're here to make sure that happens, and other things like that keep happening.
Also, because we can't protest where we live, there's like not any protests
Yeah.
going on. So something smaller like this,
Exactly.
is, like, what we can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we live in like
For now.
my friends on the East Coast call it farmland because we dead live in like the middle of
I
cornfields.
hate
That's
the
not
Midwest.
wrong.
Absolutely hate the Midwest.
The Midwest sucks.
The Midwest can die.
like
Honestly,
Chicago.
France can have it bad.
Yeah.
We're like 3 hours away from Chicago, so it's not like we can just go there. And
Right.
protest.
Yeah,
Honestly.
honestly. Plus we're 16.
And we
well,
can't-
she's 17, but
Yeah, but like we can't
But
really
like
do.
my mom's not gonna let me.
exactly. Like
Fair.
we can't just like drive up to Chicago and
Maybe
be like,
if we lived like an hour away, I'd be like, oh,
yeah, we're like in the
Yeah.
suburbs,
Yeah.
but we don't.
No,
we live in Corn Town.
it's really unfortunate.
So.
This is basically what we can do for now, at least.
So if any of you guys out there are also in similar situations, don't feel afraid to speak your mind. Like, don't feel afraid to say something. Because, like, I know for the past election, like this past election on Twitter, like on my personal Twitter and stuff, I've been biting my tongue. And, like,
Oh, yeah.
like at school, like I haven't said as much. But like, yeah, people still label me as an angry feminist.
Right.
Like, if you thought I was angry, like, just you wait. Because, but yeah, like, just don't feel like you have to be afraid of what people are gonna say, because it, honest to God, does not matter. Like, if it's important enough to you that you're willing to speak out about it, then it should be important enough to you to like fight for it regardless. And I know like some things like you have to kind of pick and choose your battles. Like you have to ask yourself, is this the hill I'm willing to die on? But for us, like, this is the hill.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing. And if it is for you, then don't feel like you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, don't feel like
There's so much you can do.
you're so valuable. Like, your voice is so valuable regardless of your race, your gender, your able-bodiedness, regardless of anything. Like, you are valuable, your voice is valid, and you're important, and someone out there will care what you have to
Someone's
say.
gonna listen.
Yeah, I care what you have to say. I want to listen. We want to listen. And there's tons of other people like us. I had 9 people, well, actually I had 10 people in my house earlier, and we were all collaborating, talking about it. We were
Different sexualities, genders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We were all discussing what we wanted this to turn into, or just what we want our country to turn into. So there are definitely people out there that want to listen to you. I'm probably going to leave some links in the description of like organizations you can volunteer your time to or like endorse to make yourself feel useful. But just off the top of my head, I suggest looking at rookiemag.com. 100% amazing.
Staywoke.org.
Yeah, it's just, there's so much you can do, and just promise me that you won't convince yourself that your voice doesn't matter, because it does. Is there anything you guys?
No, we covered it.
We covered it all.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
That's it.
Bye guys,
Bye.
thank
Stay
you for
tuned.
watching. Yeah, we'll keep you updated on how this goes at
Yeah.
school. All right, adios.